We're going to start this session by reviewing what we went over last time. Last time we spent a little time just trying to make clear what we're talking about when we're using terms like logic, reason, and argument. That is, we use them in many contexts and they mean many different things, but in this course they're going to be something specific, especially since the first term, logic, is the subject of this course. So let's just review where we were. We first talked about what the subject logic is. And we define logic in this way. Logic is the science or study of the principles of correct or reliable inference and reasoning. Now, we made a distinction between a prescriptive study and a descriptive study. Descriptive, everybody's familiar with the term, at least. We're talking about describing something, saying the way we find the things. Prescriptive is like before. We're trying to say how things should go, how things should be. When a doctor gives you a prescription, he's giving you something that should make you better. Now, we said logic is a prescriptive study. It defines how we should reason. What rules should govern our reasoning? What are the good rules of reasoning? As opposed to it's being a descriptive study, that is describing how people in fact do reason, even in cases where their reasoning is bad. That is, they're reasoning badly, they're coming to bad conclusions. There is another subject that tries to understand how people are reasoning and thinking about things, but that is not logic, that is psychology. So we said that logic is prescriptive. That is, it tells us what is good reasoning or how we should or ought to reason, not how people do in fact reason and draw conclusions. Now, with regard to the term reason, we wanted to be a little bit precise because there are a couple of different meanings of what reason is. Reason is certainly an ability that people have to provide reasons in the sense that we're interested. In the sense or in the meaning that we're interested, a reason is, and think of it always as a reason, is a statement which is intended to provide support for another statement. That is, why do you think the Mets are going to win? Because, and you'll start telling me about the other team, the Mets players, some stuff, but you'll give me statements, reasons for thinking the Mets are going to win. Maybe you never think the Mets are going to win, but that's another story. And finally, an argument is a set of reasons, statements, which are intended to, and I have a few ways, intended to support, provide evidence for, intended to justify, they're intended to make rational or reasonable a certain statement or belief. Not necessarily it's going to cause you to believe something, but rather it's going to give you the right kind of support, the right kind of evidence, something to justify your belief, to make your belief okay, something that makes your belief rational or reasonable. So now we got an understanding of argument, reason, logic, and we're beginning to see the relationship between the three.